Hi guys, so this is my analysis update on gold. What am I expecting on gold, guys? I'm expecting, let me just start quick. What I was expecting on gold was a push to the upside. I think when I analyze gold, we're currently around this area right here, and I said I'm still expecting gold to push to the upside to at least my 1938 right here before we now see our next move. Either we're going to push to the downside or we're going to push to the upside. But I said because we're currently at a level with this zone right here, which means whenever we get to this zone there are multiple rejections, so there's a possibility it will drop to the downside. But before I can take a sell on gold, based on the analysis I did the last time, I said I prefer it to at least break this trend line right here, retest this trend line, and give me a fall to indicate that we're going to the downside. But as long as we are still above this trend, I was expecting my target to be my 1938, which is my negative 27% fib level. So as you can see that we got to that place perfectly well, right? And we had a lot of momentum, and I was like, okay, this was a break of structure right here. We broke this trend line with this engulfing candle, so I was thinking there's a possibility for it to come here to retest and give me a possible push to the upside, which is my negative 61.8% fib level, and that is 1948, around that area. So I said there's a possibility of that, but as you can see that we broke this trend line right here and we're continuing to push to the downside. So right now I'm going to check what next on gold, to be honest, because let's see what we are looking at on gold. So we can see that on gold, right, this currently breaking this trend line right here, right? So I see two things on gold, to be honest. Let me go to a much bigger time frame just to see how that works, right? Because of this huge momentum we are seeing, there is a possibility that gold will probably push to the upside a little bit, because I'm seeing more momentum of sell on gold right now. We can see this huge momentum on gold right now. It broke this trend line right here. But before I take a sell on gold, I want it to at least come up a little bit to maybe like 1938, a little bit, because of this break of structure given here for us to now possible push to the downside, to be honest. And there's a possibility that we might still push up a little bit to my negative 61.8, which is 1948. So I won't rule that, to be honest. I'm going to put a possible more, so we can still push up to 1948, right around there, before we now see what next. So it might probably just come here, push up a little bit, give me like the kind of like the M pattern before we now continue to push to the upside. So like the M pattern, which is a reversal pattern, something like that, right? That is what I am seeing right now, but I want it to at least give me a point B for me to place my fib, because if you've been watching my analysis, you know majority of my strategy is based on Fibonacci. And I'll just do a quick recap. If you are using a Fibonacci strategy, you need a point A and a point B and a point B. So this will be my point A. I need like a retracement to give me possible points B, but I have to see it before now. So I think what my possibility is, I have two possibilities. One possibility is, because we broke this trend line right here, we might just come here to retest this level right here, then continue to push to the downside. That's my first scenario that I'm seeing. Another scenario is, because we haven't touched my negative 67.8% fib level, we may possibly push up here, like I said, before we now see a continuation to the downside, because I still expect it to push to the downside. So that is my thought on, because I still think then if you're going to continue to the downside overall, I think gold overall target TP will be 1892 around that area right there. But like I said, I don't like predicting way too much to the future, one step at a time. So let's see how this reacts, right? Let's see if it's gonna start rejecting around this area right here to give me a possible point B around that area. So I'll be watching this area, watching this zone right there. I'll be watching it to see. Then let's see if it's gonna give me a point B right there for me to now use my fib on it. So I'm gonna put an imbalance right here. Let's see my 4 hour. Let's go back to the 3 hours right there. So I'm gonna say and 4 hour imbalance right there, just for us to see what we are looking for. So let's see 4 hour imbalance. Let's change the color, let's make it bolder. So yeah guys, that is what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna draw my scenario. My first scenario is possible push to this here, right? Possible push there, then possible continue to push to the downside. That's my first scenario. My second scenario will be a possible move to this level right here before we now start dropping. I haven't know where to drop yet, right? And my third scenario, let me change the color of that to that. And my third scenario will be, might just come here to start retracing off of here before we now push to the downside. Let's change the color of that too. So those are like my first scenarios right here before we now know what next, because I still think you're gonna push to the downside. So I'll do a quick update when I see my points be given so that I will know my next target. But if I'm pushing to the upside, I'll probably see this as my next target before we now continue to see the downside. So right now, that is just my quick thought on gold, guys. If you find this helpful, if you do, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like and share, and I'll certainly see you in my next analysis. See you guys.